Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
It's not often you see a father testify against their own child, especially when they're accused of murder.
Now, sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
I have a number of reasons.
We'll explain what led this father to make the controversial decision, plus why his son stands accused of first-degree murder. Thanks for joining us on Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Millner. This is one of those cases where it feels like it's all in the family. The defendants accused of murder are cousins, and the state's star witness is one of the defendants' dad. Now, prosecutors claim that the victim was stalked and targeted for a very specific reason, to get revenge over the music lyrics that the defendants weren't very fond of. On January 15th of 2020, Charles McCormick was walking out of a temp agency when he was gunned down in broad daylight. The killer wore a mask, was in all black, and chased down Charles before escaping in a getaway car. According to prosecutors, this wasn't a random attack. It was all planned out. The reason for the murder? A diss track written by the victim. Prosecutors claim Charles McCormick Jr., known as Lil Buck, made a diss song about a man named Willie Anderson. Willie was gunned down about a year earlier while leaving a nightclub. So when the track came out, reportedly making fun of Willie being killed, but also how Ksoo's dad, brother, and cousin were also injured in the shooting, prosecutors say that was motivation to get back at Charles, aka Lil Buck. The state says Ksoo, his cousin Leroy, aka ATK Scotty, and their accomplice Dominique Barner, aka Butta, all stalked Lil Buck together, and that it was Ksoo who was caught on camera shooting Lil Buck, while ATK Scotty was in the car with a loaded gun ready just in case. But it was 5 people charged altogether: Ksoo and ATK Scotty, who were tried together, Abdul Robinson Sr., who has yet to go on trial. Butta was offered a plea deal after admitting that he was the one who drove the getaway car. He also agreed to testify against Ksoo and ATK Scotty.
What was the reason that all of you wanted to kill Charles McCormick?
Because of the diss track he made.
And did that diss track upset you?
Yes, sir.
Were you upset about what he said in it?
Yes, sir.
Did he get stuff wrong?
Yes, sir.
That upset you?
Yes, sir.
Why was Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker and Kareem all upset?
Because he was dissing their brother and friends.
And by brother, you mean Willie Addison?
Yes, sir.
But there was another key witness the state used, Ksoo's own dad, to testify against him.
Mr. Robinson, do you see your son Hakeem Robinson in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
Can you tell us where he's seated and what he is wearing?
He's seated between these 2 lawyers right there with a beige suit on.
But there's a reason he was offered a plea, too. The elder Robinson was arrested back in 2020, accused of helping in the escape after the shooting. So when faced with a 60-year sentence versus a 20-year sentence, he took the latter, but he testified it wasn't an easy decision.
On January 15, 2020, prior to the murder of Charles McCormick, were you aware of what was going to happen to him that day?
No.
Did you participate in any of the planning of the murder of Charles McCormick?
No.
Were you present when Charles McCormick was murdered?
No.
Did you know that was going to happen before it happened?
No.
When did you find out Charles McCormick was going to be murdered? When did you find out Charles McCormick had been murdered?
After I picked up Scotty and Butter.
So that would be Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner?
Yes.
You indicated you picked them up. How did you know that they needed a ride on January 15, 2020?
My son called me and asked me to go give Scotty a ride.
Which son?
Kareem.
Abdul Jr.?
Yes.
Now, sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
I have a number of reasons.
And what are they?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. And, when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm going to come take her to the daddy-daughter dance.
Objection, hearsay relevance.
Overruled.
You can answer.
When she asked me over each year when I'm going to come take her there, and I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm going to come to his football games, come take him fishing. My other 6-year-old, he asked me, when I'm gonna come see him, when he begging me, please come see me, Daddy. He wanna teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. You know, things like that. My health issues.
What health issues do you have?
I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
When people know that you're cooperating, does that make it easier or harder for you when you're incarcerated?
Well, it make it harder for me.
What about when you get out?
Extremely harder.
Is cooperating in this case something that is easy for you to do?
No, this is the most hardest decision I've had to make in my life.
Abdul Sr. says when he chose to testify against his son, a lot of his family cut him off. Family versus family torn apart. And like I mentioned before, this case all started in this family when Abdul Sr.'s son, Hakeem's brother, was killed.
When Willie Addison was shot, was anyone else inside the vehicle hurt as well?
Everybody.
Including you?
Yes.
After everyone was shot, what did you do?
Well, I drove to the hospital, and as I was driving, I could, hear Willie making this guggling noise, and I hold his hand while I was driving, because I didn't want him to feel like he died alone. And I drove to Memorial Hospital, and when we got to the hospital, I got everybody out the car while I was shot and helped everybody get, inside the hospital, because it was like people at the hospital really didn't want to help us.
Where were you shot?
In the back.
Where in the vehicle was Abdul Jr. seated?
In the middle row.
Was he shot?
Yes.
Where was Abdul Jr. shot?
In the head.
Did he almost die?
Yes. I think he did die, but he, came back.
What about your nephew? You said Sammy? Is he hurt?
Yeah.
How was he hurt?
Well, he got shot about 7 times. He's paralyzed right now.
And Torgon was shot?
Yes.
Multiple times?
Yes.
During the shooting where Willie was killed, Abdul Sr., as you just heard, was injured. But for Abdul Jr., his recovery was a lot harder. The elder Robinson testified Abdul Jr. had to learn to walk and talk again after being in the hospital for months. So here's the thing. Charles McCormick wasn't accused of being involved in that shooting. The family got upset when he came out with a diss song taunting the family about the shooting.
Who did it reference that upset you and your family?
He talked about Willie.
How did you find out about that song?
Social media.
Did you personally find it, or did someone point it out to you?
No, my son showed it to me.
Which one?
Both of them.
And that would be?
Kareem and Hakeem.
Abdul Jr. and Hakeem Robinson?
Yes.
Did Abdul Jr. or Hakeem Robinson, either one, talk about the song?
Yeah, they didn't like it.
Are you familiar with a local rap group known as ATK?
Yes.
Do you consider yourself to be a member of ATK?
No.
Is Abdul Robinson Jr. part of ATK?
Yeah.
What about Hakeem Robinson?
Yes.
For those who don't know, ATK stands for Ace's Top Killers, a gang in Jacksonville known to beef with 6 Block, and prosecutors claim Charles was a part of 6 Block.
Who do you know that had a desire to go after Charles McCormick based on that song?
I would say a few people.
All right. Anybody related to you or anyone else?
Yeah.
All right. Well, who would you think had the most?
The most? I would say Abdul, my son, both of them, Hakeem and Abdul.
In January of 2020, did Abdul Jr. Own his own vehicle?
No.
How did he get around?
I'll rent a car.
Do you recall if on January 15th of 2020, Abdul Jr. had a rental car?
Yes.
What kind did he have?
A Dodge Journey.
Did both Abdul Jr. and Hakeem Robinson travel in rental cars?
Yes.
Did you own a car on January 15th, 2020?
Yes.
What kind?
Dodge Challenger.
What color was it?
Like reddish orange.
Turning your attention back specifically to January 15th, 2020, did you get asked for help that day?
Yes.
And how did you get asked for help?
Well, I was asked to give somebody a ride, give Scotty a ride.
And who asked you specifically?
Abdul Jr.
And how did he get in touch with you to ask you that?
He called me.
Did he call you one time or more than once, if you recall?
I think he called me more than once.
When you spoke to Abdul Jr., did he tell you why Leroy Whitaker needed a ride?
No.
Do you know what area of town or Leroy Whitaker was in that you needed to go pick him up?
Say that again?
How did you know where to go pick Leroy Whitaker up?
Abdul Jr., he sent me a pin drop, a location.
What area of town did that take you to?
Arlington.
Was it a business area, a residential neighborhood?
Residential area.
When you went to pick Leroy Whitaker up, what were you driving?
Dodge Challenger.
And you had your phone number, the 866-2370 number with you?
Yes.
When you drove that Dodge Challenger over there, is that a car that's actually in your name?
Yes.
Prior to picking Leroy Whitaker up that day, did you ever speak to him on the phone?
Yes.
Did you get any information from him as well?
Yes. I called him and I think the location thing took me past the location, and I called him, asked him where he was at, and he told me what house he was in. What it was, a car in the yard, a certain car. I can't remember what the car was though.
Do you recall what the name of the road was where you actually went?
On Townsend.
When you were driving on Townsend, did you see any police in the area?
Yes, I seen one police.
Where was that?
Say that again?
Where was that? Where did you see the police?
It was about a block or two from where I picked him up from.
Now, when you got to the correct location, what did you do?
Well, I pulled in the yard and I called Scotty, asked him, where they was at.
Now, you said you pulled into the yard. What was at that location?
Hmm?
Was that a home?
Yes, it was to the house.
Did you recognize that home?
No.
Did you have any idea who was living there?
No, I didn't.
Did Leroy Whitaker come out immediately?
No.
As you waited, did you reach out to anyone?
I reached out to Scotty. And, I got a little impatient. And I just asked him, like, where he at when he coming. He told me they was coming.
Did you reach out to anybody else?
Yes, I called my son, Abdul.
What was the purpose of contacting your son, Abdul Jr.?
I just wanted to know where they was at, what was taking so long.
Do you recall if that was a phone call or a communication by a message? Do you have any idea? I know it was 5 years ago.
I can't quite remember.
Eventually, did Leroy Whitaker come out of the home?
Yes.
Was he by himself?
Nope.
Who was with him?
Butter.
And when Leroy Whitaker and Butter, Dominique Barner,
Yes.
when they both came out, how were they acting? How were they walking?
I mean, I would say a little urgent.
Abdul Sr. says he remembered them wearing PJs, something they normally wouldn't wear. He picked them up anyway, but there was one person missing, Hakeem, aka Ksoo.
Now, as you were driving Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner away, did you find out what had happened to Charles McCormick?
Yes.
And you found out the details about who was involved?
Yes.
And did you continue to drive both Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner away?
Yes.
And after getting away from that neighborhood, did you make a stop?
Yes.
And where did you stop?
We stopped in Grand Park.
And what was the reason of stopping in that area?
Switch cars.
And were you able to do that?
Yes.
What car did you switch out of?
We got in a white Impala.
Who did the white Impala belong to?
It was my daughter's car, but it was in my name.
Why did you want to switch out of your Dodge Challenger?
I mean, after I found out what happened, we in an orange car, very noticeable.
Did you eventually make it back to your home?
Yes.
And again, that's on Brown Jersey Court.
Yes.
Do you recall around what time of day it was that you made it back to that location, approximately?
I mean, I can't say the exact time. It's like I can't say the exact time, maybe like 2:30 something up,
Was it in the afternoon?
Yes.
After you got back to your home, did you do anything else to assist either Leroy Whitaker or Dominique Barner?
Yes.
What did you do?
Well, I took the clothes they had on and left with them.
Where'd you go?
I went over there off Kings Road behind Burger King, put them in this fire barrel.
Did you set them on fire?
Yes.
And why were you doing that?
I mean, it was just my way to help.
So the shooting of Charles happened in broad daylight in a business area of Jacksonville, meaning the shooter was caught on camera. Now, Ksoo maintained he wasn't the shooter, but in emotional testimony, his dad revealed the truth.
You've had an opportunity during the pendency of your case and the discovery to see that recording.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Did you, when you viewed that recording, recognize the person depicted in it?
Yes.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son,
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
After the murder of Charles McCormick, did you become aware of a post on Hakeem Robinson's Instagram account referencing something that happened?
Yes.
And was that posted from a nail salon?
Yes.
And after seeing that post, did you reach out to Hakeem Robinson, your son?
Yes.
And what did you want him to do?
I want him to remove the post.
Are you aware of any other posts Hakeem Robinson made to his social media around that time that concerns you?
Yes.
What was that?
It was another post of dude Lil Buck.
What did you see?
It was just the emojis on the bottom of it that said bye bye bye.
Say it again.
It was the emojis, the hand emojis saying bye bye.
But during the cross-examination, the defense tore into Abdul Sr.'s credibility, like that he's testified against others too to get a lighter punishment.
I guess you love yourself. Right? Yes or no, sir?
Of course. Self-love first, right?
Over your children.
That's the law of nature. Love yourself first.
Okay. You're cooperating in this case, correct, sir?
Correct.
This is not your first cooperation, is it?
No,
You've somewhat made a career out of it, have you not?
I wouldn't say career.
Well, you first testified against an officer, Officer Eric Sinclair, back in
Relevance. Overruled.
1999, right?
Did I do what?
You testified against Officer Eric Sinclair back in 1999.
No, I didn't.
You came forward with information.
Yeah,
The officer evidently didn't take it to trial, correct?
correct.
But your cooperation, your testifying to the federal government caused him to enter a plea, right?
I'm not going to agree with that.
Okay. Well, what you probably will agree with is that your sentence was dramatically reduced, right?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't it true that before you talked to the federal government, what you were facing back in 1999, you could have gotten up to life imprisonment, correct?
yes.
And it was reduced to 10 years, right?
Nope.
Substantial reduction?
My time was reduced to 22 years.
How much did you serve?
About 10 years and 3 months, 4 months.
So from life to an ultimate actual serving sentence of about 10 years.
Guess what? It was a law change, and that's how my time got reduced again.
Well, and your cooperation, sir.
Yeah.
Right? You're facing an accessory after the fact charge for your involvement in the death of Charles McCormick, right?
Right,
And when they brought you in, you've agreed to cooperate, right?
right,
But that didn't happen until 2022, correct?
right.
That would have been after they put the second homicide on you, right?
Right.
The defense also slammed the idea that Hakeem, aka Ksoo, had motive to shoot and kill Charles because he wasn't even in the car the night Willie was killed.
Your testimony is that Hakeem Robinson, who was not shot, who is not biologically tied to Willie Addison like you, that somehow he had more motive than the other people that were actually shot. Right?
Say that again.
We're talking about the people that would have had a motive to be upset at Charles McCormick. Okay?
Right.
You, Butter, and Brown, Blue, Butter, Brown, I'm going to trip over that if I say it fast. The whole thing about P Money was because you believe that he was behind Willie's murder, right?
Right.
Okay. So now Charles McCormick comes along and he's putting out a song. He's not signed to a record deal, right?
Right.
His song isn't getting any traction.
Right.
He's nowhere near the level of Ksoo, Hakeem Robinson, right?
Correct.
But your testimony is that that was a motive enough for murder. That's your testimony, right?
It's this song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a whole list of people that would be way above him to have the motive to kill Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
You?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You'd have no motive to kill a guy who's basically laughing about the night that you were shot.
I mean, not me. Shouldn't kill him pro se myself?
Look, all I know is this. I'll put this in a question. You claim that the phone that's used by the shooter, that's registered in your name, right? Oh, excuse me, Darrell Watts. Right?
Right.
And we'll get to that. You allegedly burn the clothes that Butter had on him, right?
Correct.
You break through the police perimeter to pick up Leroy Whitaker and Barner, right?
Come on, man. You exaggerating, man. You know it wasn't no police perimeter, none of that. You exaggerating now.
I'm exaggerating that there wasn't drones and helicopters overhead
How would I know that?
because you were driving to the location.
And I would see a drone in the air?
So we'll agree. All right, let's say the JSO, we'll let JSO answer the question whether they had a perimeter and they had hundreds of officers trying to find the shooter that was running through neighborhoods.
You really think I would have went through there if I seen all those police and all that? Or a drone and a helicopter and all that? You think I would have went up in there with my car registered in my name?
You don't want me to answer that question. So why don't you stick to answering my questions and not asking me them? It's a life you live, right? You live this life in the streets, right?
Nah.
Or wait, are you telling me that you, as the patriarch of the family, that basically these kids come by and say, hey, Blue, go do this?
They didn't call Leroy Whitaker daddy to go get it. They called me. They did. What if they would have called I would like to see how they would feel if they would have called somebody else to go pick somebody up. They didn't. They called me. If I would have knew something was going on, I wouldn't have never went.
A day after Ksoo's dad testified against him, the Jacksonville rapper and his cousin learned their fates. Leroy Whitaker Jr., a.k.a. ATK Scotty, was found guilty of first-degree murder plus burglary with assault or battery, and Hakeem Robinson, a.k.a. Ksoo, was found guilty of first-degree murder. Hakeem maintains his innocence, even post-verdict. In a post made to social media, the rapper wrote, quote, I had an all-white 12 jurors with 3 white state attorneys with a white judge in a courtroom with all white judges on the wall. Every black person that I could pick on my juror was struck by the state. I just showed the whole world how Jacksonville, Florida is corrupt, and my lawyers proved I was innocent. God got the last say-so. Ksoo and ATK Scotty haven't been sentenced yet. That'll happen on September 8th. As for Dominique Barner and Abdul Sr., they are still both behind bars, and they both have their next court date on August 18th. Abdul's other son, Abdul Jr., still has yet to go on trial, but his next court hearing is August 19th. Thanks so much for joining us here on Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Millner.